This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS The Voice of Stockton or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good morning, Stocktonians, and welcome to another episode of Tales and Tips. I'm so honored to have with me today Laura Pedraza, who's the Director of Development for the Children's Home of Stockton. Welcome, Laura. And before we start to talk with Laura, I'm going to review a couple events that are going on in the community, but I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So just a reminder, we have 5 amazing events going on this Saturday in Stockton and the surrounding areas. The first one is the Taste of the Delta, and tickets will be $35 at the door, and that is going on from 1 to 4 p.m. Ryan Ahern is going to be performing at the Stockton Civic Auditorium. Tickets are $27, but you can reach out to me, and we have some special tickets available courtesy of Ryan. Harvester Farms is also having an event in Copperopolis to celebrate their amazing organization that harvests food from homes that have trees and other types of gardens. And if you have a garden or trees that are producing fruit and it's more than you can handle, please contact Harvester Farms. And we also have at the American Legion a luau going on. So lots of amazing events going on this weekend in Stockton and the surrounding areas. And with no further ado, let's welcome Laura. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So talk to us. For those of our listeners and viewers that are not familiar with the Children's Home of Stockton, let's talk about what that facility does and kind of the background, how long it's been functioning.
Sure. Well, I'm honored to be here to talk about what we do. I'm from the Children's Home of Stockton, and the Children's Home has been around for 136 years.
Wow.
So it came from a group of ladies who started it in 1882, the Ladies' Aid Society, who originally created it for disadvantaged and neglected children. They saw a need, and now it's transitioned over from what used to be an orphanage to now it's starting tomorrow, we'll be licensed as a short-term residential therapeutic program, and we are also a non-public school serving grades K through 12. So we have dual roles in 2 programs. We serve kids that are at risk. Most of our children are either have suffered some sort of abuse or neglect, trauma, severe to moderate trauma, and are in need of these services that we provide our kids. And so we get referrals from the State Department of Child Welfare as well as juvenile probation departments for our kids that reside there. We are a 54-bed residential treatment program. We will serve the kids that come to us through those referrals. We do not accept outside agencies except for those two entities. And we house up to 54 students in up to 7 different cottages. And we offer services such as culturally relevant, trauma-informed services and therapy, comprehensive therapy, group therapy, family therapy, individualized therapy. We also offer, a chance for these kids to get out of being in this negative environment. Now they're involved with a second home. We become their second home, and more so we're involved with the families as well to try to reunify them, to try to build a foundation for them. They have the opportunity to work on campus to build a savings. We work hand in hand with them, so they're really involved with their program. It's evidence-based, so it's a great program for them. We house those up to 54 students. Their ages 12 to 18, and that is the residential program. And our school, our non-public school, we receive kids through San Joaquin County, various school districts through San Joaquin County. We can have up to 108 students in our school. And those students come to us that have special needs, special education, social behavioral issues, anything including autism or, maybe anger issues, or they just need a little bit more of individual help. And so we provide that for our students. That's what we do.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And talk about the demand for the spaces that you have. So you mentioned that there's 54 residential slots. Is there a waiting list? How does that work? How do students get to be part of that program versus just the school?
Well, our residential program, because we have those channels that we receive referrals from, we have spots right now. We have spots available. We'd like to be completely at capacity. That is our goal. Mm-hmm. So when we lose students, either because they have graduated the program successfully, or maybe the court has said this is the time has been spent there, and they leave, depending on if they're from probation, juvenile probation, or if they're from social services, it's always rotating. And so we currently have spaces open, and we always have some sort of, the goal is to have more in the pipeline as well, because we are transitioning over to short-term residential treatment program, which, by the way, we were the first in the state of California to receive our application back with 0 edits, and that's completely unheard of. We are the only STRTP currently in San Joaquin County, so we will be receiving these kids, and it's a great opportunity, and it may present a different way we go about things, but that just means that we enhance our program. It means that we are going to be working more with the families to make sure that they are set. They will no longer stay as long as they need. They're going to be staying for a shorter period of time. That's what that means. And that not just only affects us, it affects all group homes in the state of California. So they're short term. They would like them to be there 6 months minimum. It could be up to a year. But they would like to see kids be reunified back into their home if they have a home to go to. So that means for us, we will provide more specialty mental health services. We will become a Medi-Cal provider through San Joaquin County Behavioral Health Services, and we will offer transition aftercare services to the youth and their families for up to a minimum of 6 months after they leave as well.
Wonderful.
So that's what that means. And so we always now will have a need to fill those spots sooner. So it depends on the referring counties as well. And their school, it's, we have a capacity up to 108. So we have residential students that attend our One Vision program, and then non-public school is attended by students. We have students that are residential and day students as well that come in for the day and leave at the end of the day. And our students that reside with us can go to public school as well, depending on their individual education program.
Awesome. So it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities that you provide and support, not only for the students, but for their families. What about children that are foster children?
Foster youth, we are a group home, so we do have kids that come from Child Protective Services, social services, and they enter for whatever reason. If they don't have parents that can afford to have them, or we would like the reunification with any of the parents, as long as it's not court mandated that they can't. But once they're there, they are in our care. So we're not necessarily a foster home. We're a group home. And we have kids that have left and have been adopted out or fostered out to places. Some kids, yes. So depending on, what their profile is and what their situation is. So it's the goal is whatever social services would like to do to get them through this program and off to a place that they need to be called home. So
awesome. And with the school, what about your graduation rates, and where do the students go from there once they graduate through your K through 12 program?
So our K through 12 program, each of the kids have I would say a home district, if you want to call, or a home school that say they are referred, from Lodi, or not Lodi, I would say, yes, it could be, other school districts, and they come to us, they receive a diploma. It is, I believe, through their home district that they receive their diploma as well, but we complete their program. And so most of our kids either graduate from our program and transition into a less restrictive environment. So that is the goal, to get them to be mainstreamed again. If they can, they go into public school again. That's great. If they can and they want to proceed and they are able to graduate from our program, we do offer our diplomas as well. We have a graduation and prom at the end of the year. So they receive, I believe, a diploma from their home district as well. So a lot of our kids, they age out after 18 and they move on as well to college, if they want to go to college, or if they want to do a trade school. We have a children's home, has an auxiliary of it's a group of women who help with providing them scholarships, if they can apply for scholarships, and they provide assistance as well for kids that do want to go off and maybe need laptops or books or help with tuition. And so we do as much as we can to support them. And when they leave, we have a grant that is from the San Joaquin County General Grant that helps us with kids as well too, who maybe need some sort of a bed, or need things to be purchased. So in our way, we try to make sure that they have as much as they need when they leave as well.
Wonderful.
And if not, we have community partnerships. That's what we have throughout the county as well. So.
And let's back up. I do want to talk about the community partnerships, but let's go back and let's talk about where the Children's Home of Stockton is located, and your website, your Facebook page.
Okay, well, we are located at 430 North Pilgrim Street in Stockton, zip code 95205, and we have our 6 cottages on that site, and our 7th cottage is somewhere near UOP. So that's where the residential students are housed, and our school is located on campus as well.
And website?
Oh, website, yes. It is www.chstockton.com, and our Facebook at Children's Home Stockton.
Awesome. And you talked about the auxiliary earlier, getting scholarships for students. How can the community help? Besides monetary donations, are there items that you need donated? Do you need volunteers?
Sure. Well, as far as, I do want to point out we have community tours that can be very beneficial for us and for community members. They are twice a month, every second Wednesday and third Thursday of the month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if people were interested in coming to the tours, I would have them email or call Joelle Gomez, our CEO. She is the person that hands
Joelle. Shout out to Joelle.
The tour. And she's amazing. And if they would like to be on their list, they can email her. Her email, I believe, is on the website, or you can call. It's 209-466-0853, and her email, jgomez@chsstk.org, to be put on that list, and she'll send that list out, and those who would like to can RSVP for those tours. It's a great way for the community to see what we do, see firsthand, speak to some of our students. We have a little cafe that the students run as well, and we do offer different opportunities for our kids. We want to get them out in the community as much as possible as well. So getting them involved is a way for them to not only see what we do and the benefits that it provides these kids who otherwise wouldn't have these opportunities, and who we would like to stop this abuse and stop the cycle for them. But in that way, they can help. We've had people bring up the trades, and we never had a connection to the trades. So if they have connections and would like to maybe do a project for the kids, we've had high schools do some sort of a project, and that benefited us. We've had other community groups as well. Our biggest need right now is unrestricted funding, because the aftercare program and different programs that are being mandated are not being funded. So we would like to have the unrestricted funding in general, just to have a pot of funds for anything that these students need. Of course, we welcome any sort of in-kind donation. We have a wish list as well that they can look on our website or come in, and we give them the packets that they get. They have items that they maybe would like or would need. We aren't funded for the extras, the basic items that kids would need. So it's great when we have community members donate tickets to baseball games or basketball games, or even the symphony. We've had people, really get involved with that. But to have those funds to say, okay, you need this, we're going to give it to you, and we have it all year round. That is what our biggest need is today. But yes, if you have something specifically you would like to donate to our music program, for instance, our music program, they have a fabrication class. They will take old instruments that are donated and they will rebuild them, and it serves as a skill as well as something that they can contribute to and help for. So several programs you're welcome to donate to as well.
Awesome. And it looks like on your website, I just brought it up, that you also offer multiple scholarships that people can donate to. I've donated toys before at Christmas time. I'm sure that there are times when you need school supplies with school starting. But yes, there's a whole list that you guys have on your wish list of items. We can highlight some of them. Yes. Calendars, classroom equipment, cooking supplies, DVDs, fans, stationery, just typical things that you would need in day-to-day life as a student. And to me, what's so amazing about everything that you've said is that how much you're transforming lives. And I've been to the children's home a couple times. You had a mixer there, and I was there when you had your logo, and we'll talk about your new logo that was designed about a year ago, and how it reflects the new vision or the current vision of the children's home. And what's exciting to hear from you, and I didn't realize, is how many of the students will transition out and they're there just temporarily. And to me, that means that it's progressive, that you're meeting their needs and helping them to move forward.
Yes. I mean, this is something that most people don't, who have never been there, don't know that it exists. It's a beautiful campus. It
is beautiful.
It has a pool for the kids. We have pet therapy. Each cottage has some sort of animal, and we instill responsibility in these kids too. They learn. Some kids just have never had to have that, so they don't know how to clean a cottage or clean their bedroom or cook, and these kids will take them out, and we have 3 cottages that are 6 per cottage, and others that are 9 to 10. So we have a triplex, and we teach them basic necessities, daily living skills, not only at the school but in their program. So they learn how to do laundry. They learn how to go to the store, budget for 6 people, 9 people, and they cook for them the whole week. And they learn about nutrition.
It's pretty amazing if you think about that.
Yes, and they clean, and they have everything is structured. It's 24-hour supervision, but at the same time, these kids, they've never had to deal with this, and a lot of times they've had such abuse and neglect, and that trust is a huge issue. And so building that and building peer-to-peer support as well with them, that we want to make sure they understand, hey, you can forget, maybe you can't forget where you came from, but at least you can start new and fresh here, and we give you the support that you need. So we want you to succeed, and when you leave, we are still here. If you choose to reach out, we will always be here for you. And so that's
great
something
to hear.
That that helps. We had a student that came back at our last graduation, and he's a UC Berkeley graduate, and we've helped support him throughout his journey and he came back, and he spoke about it, and now he's leaving Europe, traveling around, and it's just amazing to see, because a lot of the kids don't realize the support when they're there. They may be angry, they may not understand, but once they leave, it hits them that you believed in us when other people didn't, and that's really what
that's huge.
For a shorter time period they're going to be here, that's even more important, enhancing this with their families as well, so that they have that when they leave.
And you also offer a newsletter. How does someone get on the newsletter list?
They can contact me directly at 209-466-0853, or they can email me. It's Pedraza at chsstk.org. And you can let me know, and I will put you on the newsletter. Or a lot of times, we will be revamping the website as well, and we update a lot of things as well right now. But we are going to, the whole point is to have it connected through our website as well if they would like to join the mailing list. But that's all they have to do is tell me they want to join, and it comes out twice a year. You're not going to be inundated with it, but it showcases our kids, our highlights, our stories, and everything that's important, and donors, and the significant impact that donors actually have on these kids, and they make a difference in including them in whatever they choose to, and it does matter, because unfortunately we can't have volunteers come because of the liability. So if there is a service, though, however, then they can contact me, and I will get them to either the residential director or the principal if it's something that can serve our kids and be beneficial for them, to provide them a childhood experience, because every kid deserves that.
Definitely. And it's totally understandable about the volunteers. It does talk about internships, though, on your website. Do you want to talk about the internships?
We do offer internships. That is, you can call, and I will direct you to our human resource department as far as that. But we accept certain internships with the school or residential program if they have the availability, and I believe you have to have, one of them is to have going for your master's, and the other is bachelor's. You can look online as well for that information. But I think the residential program accepts master's level interns working on their MSWI, and we have agreements in place as well with CSU Sacramento, Stanislaus, I believe, in EOP also.
Wow.
For the non-public school.
Awesome.
I think that they accept bachelor and master's level interns in the field of special education. So if you are interested in that, I can definitely direct you to them, or you can contact our HR department for that as well.
Awesome. And earlier you mentioned that we are the first organization to submit our paperwork and have no corrections, which is awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And not only that, but that this facility serves our county and the surrounding counties. So where is the next closest facility that even starts to parallel the Children's Home of Stockton?
There are so many right now that some actually have closed down. So short-term residential, we are it. So I don't know if currently, it's always changing. The state, as you know, takes a long time. Process is very, very lengthy. Our binder, it was literally a binder of our application and program statement and everything that we intend to do with transitioning over to short-term. So honestly, I couldn't tell you offhand right now what the nearest one is, because as far as short-term residential program, we are it.
Okay. Yeah,
therapeutic program, we are it. But we serve up to 150 kids a year, and so it's something that we were occupying 40% of the beds in San Joaquin County, but so now we are only going to get harder kids. So I mean that's the challenge, but it's something that we understand. Our referring to agencies, and depends on where they're coming from. I mean, we accept kids. We've had kids from San Diego County.
Wow.
We've had kids from Marin and San Francisco, Sacramento. It's a lot of times they don't want them in the same county because it's more of a temptation, so we try to get them out of their element. But then at the same time, San Joaquin County kids, I'm sure the county wants them to be in the same county, to be closer to their families. Now that's the challenge.
That's a challenge.
That may be the direction it heads as well. We'll see, because the state of California has never done this before. It's easier to have family close by for those family sessions. So we anticipate taking more San Joaquin County students and kids that need help.
Any plans to expand?
Right now, I think we're trying to see where this goes. We'd love to be able to take over anytime we can. We jump on the opportunity to purchase any of the surrounding land. We have housing and a park. Unfortunately, it's historical, so we cannot take over that park. But we do want to expand property, and because we are expanding in staff and having to hire so many, we have around 160 staff, and it's a full-time job for all these people, and to make it work. And the people, really, the staff have, a lot of them, the longevity, been there 30 some years.
That's awesome.
Just because they really
dedicated.
care about the kids, and you make a difference, you see firsthand, and everyone works really hard. I think both the school and the residential teams.
Awesome. And we didn't ask you, how long have you been there?
Oh, I've been there in November. It'll be 2 years.
Awesome.
Yes. So
Awesome.
I really enjoy it. I get to do different things every day. Work with the grants. Work with people. Really talk about what we do, fundraising, and newsletter, social media, website. There's a lot that I get to do in it. Work with the kids and at the events. So it's nice. It's
awesome.
nice.
And talk about the community partnerships. You said that there's other organizations that you work together with all the time.
Yes. So we actually, as becoming a short-term residential therapeutic program, we will have more partnerships with aftercare. That includes, right now we do have the Pride Center. We have Fathers and Families. We have, I believe a Spirit.net as well. So there's several that we are partnering with to be able to help transition, because this is something that's new. Transition and aftercare is something that we need to make sure, if we can't provide these services, that they get to the proper referral source for that. So right now, our kids have every option to go to the Pride Center if they would like to, or we've had our diversity day. They've came to our event. We try to provide different events like Summer Olympics and different types of things for our kids. But our kids can go to basically any. We like to think of it as well as the community. We like to partner as much as possible with all members of the community, businesses especially, and other organizations that we can coexist with and help and support our kids in every way and give back to.
And you mentioned a couple events. You mentioned Summer Olympics. You mentioned prom. Highlight some other events that you do.
Well, we have for events, I would say for a fundraising event, we are in the process of trying to plan a fall event.
Okay.
I can't say much on it because the details aren't really worked out, but we would like to have a signature event for CHS, and perhaps thinking in November. So you'll probably hear more about that. We are going to be the highlighted agency for the United Way's campaign kickoff in September. So it's great. We're very proud of that. We've partnered with, Women's Success Group. We've partnered with the Eleanor Project as well.
Wonderful.
And they're under the umbrella of United Way as well. So those are also our other partnerships. We have community partners like Midtown Optometry has thrown their Giving Tree project. We have Sherwood Mall, that is a partner. Barnes & Noble always includes us in their holiday book drive. So we have several. Cargill food distribution. So there's several people that in the community really come through every season for us, and provide their Christmas parties or different events for the kids or presents, or it just depends on what's going on. We take advantage of whatever we can. If we think kids will be interested in different events, we'll sign them through, and it's great for them to learn and experience other things.
Awesome.
But as far as events for on campus, we do try to plan, different events for them. So every weekend we try to get them out and to do things, not to sit on campus as well. But we have a Summer Olympics that usually tends to last about a week, and we just have different events for them. We have barbecues, summer barbecues, and we do have our Diversity Day, which is a day that we celebrate culture and diversity, and we have all of the kids, make different poster boards of a country, make food, they dress up, we have entertainment, and they come and they learn about different cultures that way. So we try to plan different things for them to keep busy.
And the things that the K through 12 offers, do they have the standard extracurricular things that you would have at any other school? Do they have music, drama, art, language?
They have, I believe, art in their classrooms, and they have we have a very nice music program. Like any school, it's all Common Core. It's legitimate. It's a great school that helps them with their special needs and individual needs. We have little guys, that we have iPads that they work on, and we have kids that maybe just have lacking in social skills or just need that extra help. So a lot of our education plans are centered around them. It's if they are fitting whatever need that they need, we adhere to. So they do have, the auxiliary actually provides them snow trips once a year, and we'll have a fall picnic as well. We try to do as much as we can, but again, that's also where, like any school, the funding for that. So any help, that's why on the wish list, one of the things is, gift cards for our kids, or help, and field trips and things that they want to offer the day students as well as residential students. That's always appreciated because we want to do as much as we can with the kids. But again, funds are always going to be something that we look at because we are a nonprofit as well.
How about funding for prom or clothing for prom?
Our funding for prom, actually the auxiliary does fund that. They
Awesome.
take care of all of the scholarships, the awards. So we have kids that, if they meet the highest achievement award or student of the year award or any type of, they're very helpful. They work on campus and they really go the extra mile. They like to fund those types of awards. And they do, provide the funding for in reimbursement for all of the events for prom and for graduation itself. So that is an
Awesome.
auxiliary type of event. They have their garden fair every year. That's where they raise their funding. So it's every year in May. So yeah, we
Right.
do. But I encourage any of the community members, if they really want to help in any way, they can always contact me, and I can tell them where, more specifically what our needs are. They are changing all of the time too. But if they want to provide some sort of service, that would be greatly
Awesome.
appreciated too.
And maybe some of our listeners are interested in joining the auxiliary. How do they reach out specifically to the auxiliary?
The auxiliary is a separate 501c3, so they can contact us and we can get them to the right person, the president, and that's one way. Or we're open to. I mean, that's I don't really know too much about their process and their membership, but
Okay.
I just know that if that's something they want to do, I would of course direct them to them. Or if they do have something that they provide, for instance, some people will who recently have they did a couple of seminars at the Right Place. They're starting. They did 4 different sessions, and
Oh,
they can
cool.
make little Zions and magazines, and they invited our kids for that. And just different organizations, Stockton Ports, and just a lot of places that would really help. They don't have to be a member of anything to assist and help.
So
We
there's lots
also-
of ways to help.
There are, and then right now I think we're full, but we do, we have board of directors, we have a foundation. So if people are interested in, we really want to be a part of that, they can contact us, and I'm sure Joelle can speak to them about that as well. So
Awesome. It sounds like you really provide so much that just helps students in our community that are struggling and just need a little extra assistance. Do you have any idea of percentage of success rate of
the kids, I believe we are successful in it. Off the top of my head, I don't want to put a number out there that's not correct. So,
Okay.
But I will say that we have, our kids, we 100%, we can never help everyone we want to help. That's in a perfect world. Some of the kids, they leave because they don't want to be there. We don't force them. There's no restraining them. This is something that, they have to want to be in the program as well. But a lot of our kids have succeeded. We've seen, we actually conduct exit interviews with them, and we ask them, would you like us to, and that's part of the aftercare program too. Now, we're going to be checking up on you every 3, 6, 9, 12 months and see where you're
Wonderful.
at.
So there's lots of follow-up.
Yes, and also, we also incentivize that, with some sort of, hey, we'll give you a Target gift card. It's just, you never know, the phone numbers will change, and so if they would like that, that's just part of it, just to see how you guys are doing and what what help are you needing, and see how it's made a difference. And a lot of our kids have gone on to Delta College or gone on to do things at trade school, or have succeeded and finished high school at their home school and just really have excelled, and we've built up their confidence. And even let's say, one of our day students, he's not a residential student, but one of them, he was, we have mental health and speech therapy, and he was in speech therapy for 5 years at the school, same therapist, same principal, same structure, and he went from being selectively mute to speaking fine to actually holding down a job and graduating high school. And to see those types of success, it makes a difference to see when they start to when they finish, and the impact. And it does take time. It's going to take, a lot of trust and effort, but that's what we do at our school. That's what we do in our program, in our residential programs.
And it sounds so individualized, which is amazing that you can help that many people at that level, and an individual level. But that's phenomenal, because everyone's story is different. Everyone's experience is different. I was going to ask you, I'm glad you mentioned Delta, and you've mentioned UOP, and now CSU has established a relationship with Delta as well. And so we have so many opportunities within our community for students. And I'm excited that you have those partnerships, and it would be great for all of the kids to be successful and go on to, if they don't go on to a 4-year college, to go through a 2-year program or a trade school or something where they then can be productive in the community. That's awesome.
Right. No, it's great. And honestly, college isn't for everyone, and we understand that. So some kids, when there's rewards and recognition. So obviously they do well and they level to a certain level. They get to work on campus. And so teaching them how to work in the cafe, managing money, customer service, they can go on and get a job at Starbucks.
Awesome.
We have kids that work in the cafeteria with food services, kids that work on the landscaping as well. And we pay them, as we want them to have funding, as well as understanding a skill. Some kids just love doing that, and they end up, doing whatever they need to do after, and they at least have some sort of skill set. So yes, we encourage everything that they're great at. That's why, to get them involved in art and different events in the community, it makes a difference. If whether they're interested in sewing or they're interested in, making. We had a sewing class. We had a cooking class. We have a partnership too with UC Davis. The nutrition program comes down once a week and shows them how to cook and shows them about nutrition. We have a garden on campus, and they've helped renovate that, and we're going to be using some of those vegetables too. So
great.
It's great. Yeah.
That's huge. Excellent. Anything that you'd like to add that we didn't cover?
No, all I can say is that, I really encourage people to reach out, spend an hour of your day. We offer these tours for that reason. And once you do see that, I think you'll understand more about, that we are here to serve these kids, and there's so much more that can be done, if with their help as well. So I do encourage them to, to reach out if they want to be on that newsletter, if they just want more information about the kids, because it's really, a lot of kids, we're giving these kids second chances, and also an opportunity for a productive life,
Awesome.
And we want them to succeed, and reaching them at a younger age is the best way to do that. So we just want them to have everything that they deserve to have, every child deserves to have.
And how do they reach out again if they want to participate in a tour or sign up for a newsletter or just be more involved?
You can contact me. You can contact my CEO, Joelle Gomez, at 209-466-0853. You can look at our website for any more information. It's chstockton.com. And you can also you can email me if you would like to as well. It's Pedraza at chsstk.org. So whatever you would like to do, we always encourage that, and we want to be very transparent with the community, and so they can see the great things that we offer, and they can really want to become involved with it.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, it's amazing, and I'm so honored that you were here today. And the Children's Home of Stockton plays such an important role in taking care of children in the community in need and transforming lives. It's wonderful.
Great. Great. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to sign off. I am the voice of Stockton. You are the voice of Stockton. We are the voice of Stockton. Let's make it a great day.